So, now, let's see if my voice is sufficiently warmed up to do this for you. It's a small world after all. Okay, now I've done it. If you've ever been on Disney's Small World attraction, you know this earworm and it will be swirling around rent free in your head for the rest of the day. And only you can hear it. Everyone else is wondering why you are distracted, wondering why you are not present and hanging on to their every word. And this is the root of the chaos we call life. It seems people get offended when they perceive that others don't think they are as important as they think they are. Well, let's enlighten them, shall we? You see, Spirit taps out a beat, but then sets us free to dance to our own music. Sometimes we are in sync, sometimes we dance alone. Sometimes we move in unison with a large cohesive group, all in agreement. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Generally, basic agreement on those two items. With exceptions, of course, always read the fine print. Beyond this, however, we start running into that pesky freedom of choice thing we hear so much about in this teaching. We start dancing to music only we can hear. James Allen in The Power of Now said, "Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, you shall become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Your idea is the prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. The music we hear is meant only for us to hear. The urges we feel, the hungers we indulge are the result of millions of subconscious inputs fed to us by our common consciousness, our environment, and our basic mental structure. There was a time not so long ago when children generally grew up to follow in their parents' footsteps. Farmers stayed on the farms, shopkeepers' sons became merchants, women stayed in the home, and most everyone remained ignorant of any other way to live. Spirit, being the restless little devil that it is, demands growth, and acting on our imaginative free choices set into our experiences unexpected events to upset the proverbial apple cart. The farm boy who stared off into the distance dreaming of adventure while tending his father's fields suddenly found himself thrust into a hero's journey. A drought, a prairie fire, an invading army, or visiting plague changed in an instant the expected course of events. And the farm boy is a farmer no more. His adventure is thrust upon him, and his dream manifest before him. His music became music no one had ever heard before. His skill set expands. His assumptions broaden. His expectations shatter boundaries that had previously been unquestioned. Only the size of his dream limits the height of his experience. His ignorance dissolves as new understandings are unveiled. His music changes and he dances away from what was and into what is. His spiritual self is awakened, stimulated, and nourished. He grows, spirit is fulfilled, and the universe evolves. And yet, he dances alone. Or so he thinks, until, eyes opened as if for the first time, he sees others of like mind and glides into the rhythm of new music. And it is here that so many think the story should end. The happily ever after moment where all is well in the kingdom. There is fire in the hearth, money in the bank, and peace for all humankind. Jane Goodall wrote, "You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of a difference you want to make." It seems one person's dream may be another person's nightmare, or maybe just an inspiration for others to live their own dreams. The farm boy does not take his hero's journey alone. Along the way, he encounters allies, villains, dragons, and elves, all of whom are living their own hero's journey and cross-pollinating ideas and beliefs with each other. The common consciousness creaks and groans. Its seams stretch and seam, rivets pop, threads tear, and the sum total of all we know swells beyond our capacity to contain. And again, we, with that pesky freedom of choice, determine what bounties our common consciousness is populated with. And the band plays on. From an unknown source, there's this little ditty. A man whispered, "Creator, speak to me," and the meadowlark sang. But the man did not hear. So the man yelled, "Universe, speak to me!" And the thunder rolled across the sky, but the man did not listen. The man looked around and said, "Let me see you," and a star shined brightly, but the man did not see. Then the man shouted, "Show me a miracle," and a life was born, but the man did not notice. So the man cried out in despair, "Touch me and let me know you are here." Whereupon the great mystery touched the man. But the man brushed the butterfly away and walked on. The moral of this story being, don't miss out on a blessing because it isn't packaged the way you expect. The music we dance to may be our own. It may be that of our family, our tribe, or Spirit's own overture. But its message is lost on us until we choose to listen to it. And not just once, but again and again, hearing the same rhythms and notes through ears who have gone from being annoyed at the wailing of someone else's child to being alert to the nuance of our own baby's fussing. Not just the primal beat of drum and bass of our youth, but appreciating the melodic notes of string and woodwind woven into the canvas of sound just within reach, but only to those willing to hear. Growing too, we find our library of favorite tunes evolves over time. The packaging changes, but upon reflection, the joy is the same or even better, because we now not only hear the cover, but know and remember fondly the artist who made it famous back in the day. Spirit provides for us as we are able to partake, whether we think we are ready or not. From Matthew 6, verse 27, "Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, yet our heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they?" It is easy for us to limit ourselves to staying in our comfort zone. Many of us here today remember a time when there was only AM radio. Its quality was limited, but we did not know that, and it excited our imagination, filling our lives with joy and wonder. It brought baseball games into our homes and cars, news we could use up to the minute, and music from all over the world. Then the FM frequency band was revealed, and AM stations found themselves relegated to low-income programming. Now, with satellite radio and streaming services, we enjoy both superior quality and personalized programming. Spirit provides all we can dream without judgment or limit. Can we even buy an AM radio today? Why are we able to accept the rapid advance of technology and yet so many resist the evolution of the common consciousness? Spirit is giving us everything we need to evolve back into its fold. To one day be free of our human desires fulfilled completely by our spiritual wholeness. To dance freely to our own music while in sync with the universal beat. Emerson said it thus: standing on the bare ground, my head bathed by the blithe air and uplifted into infinite space, all egotism vanishes. I become a transparent. I am nothing. I see all. The currents of universal being circulate through me. I am part or particle of God. When our music is enough, when we exist in joy, unfettered by the opinions of others, we are at last free, and spirit flows through us profusely, infecting all we encounter, affecting all we meet. But then we come back to that pesky freedom of choice. If we choose to listen only to AM radio, if we choose to remain in some perceived comfort zone, we condemn ourselves to remaining in our current circumstances, knowing full well that circumstances are evolving around us. Life is akin to those moving sidewalks you see at the airport. We can stand on it and let it take us where it's going in its own time, or we can walk on it and get there faster. But if we stand next to it without moving, we just stand there watching our luggage leave without us. And we are left with just our baggage. Deepak Chopra said, relinquish your attachments to the known, step into the unknown, and you will step into the field of all possibilities. You will have excitement, adventure, mystery. You will experience the fun of life, the magic, the celebration, the exhilaration, and the exaltation of your own spirit. Lao Tzu said, if you do nothing to change direction, you may end up where you were heading. When we take our musical cues from someone else's playlist, we are just conforming to someone else's unique geometry. Their playlist may share many songs with ours, but no two can ever be the same. If that were the nature of things, identical twins would never have an argument. Siblings would not occupy opposite ends of the political spectrum. Oil and water would be indistinguishable. Each of us is on our own hero's journey, each hearing our own music. To the world around us, each may look a little foolish or just too damn happy for some. That's not our problem, not our circus, not our monkeys. Our music is our own to enjoy. The dreams we dream, ours alone to manifest. Our hero's journey need not be a lonely one, but we alone hear the music we are dancing to. Amit Ray, author from India and spiritual master, wrote, Earth rejoices in our words, our breathing, and peaceful steps. Let every breath, every word, and every step make Mother Earth proud of us. Embracing our spiritual power, understanding how the universe works, practicing the principles of spirit, using the tools of letting go, affirmative thought, and remembering to forgive ourselves first, opens our hearts and minds to those unique melodies and rhythms that blend with our everyday chaos to form spectacular spiritual symphonies. But a word of wisdom for those dancing in the streets when those about you are lost in their own discovery. If people are looking at you like they think you're crazy, smile and give your ear a tap so they realize it is music in your ears you hear, not the voices in your head. Thank you.